This episode begins with Kristen telling Gary that his stories haven't been scary and that he needs to step his game up.
About your stories, Gary. I shouldn't be telling you this, but some of the guys have been saying that they haven't been too scary lately.
She also tells him that the Midnight Society plans to kick him out the group because he's so lame. Nah, she ain't say that, but she might as well. Gary then tells Kristen about his father's shop, which has all type of wicked voodoo gets and gadgets. He then tells her that this is how he comes up with his stories, as the shop has so many items. Kristen then tells Gary that even though that he has possession of these things, his stories are still hot garbage. But honestly, this girl can't talk, because this is episode 6 from the first season. And the episode before this one, she shared a tale that was not at all scary. It was a boring ass story about a ghost girl not feeding some dogs. It was called The Tale of the Hungry Hounds, and it sucked to the highest degree. So this girl need to go somewhere. Kristen then sees some shades and asks what are they. Gary responds by saying,
Super specs. They give you X-ray vision.
He then tells Kristen that his story is about to be super lit, and I must say that he's 100% correct, as this is one of the best tales in the entire season. We then transition to the gang getting ready for Gary to tell his tale. He calls it The Tale of the Super Specs. We are then introduced to the one and only Barfola Boy.
Barfola,
aka the dude that will grow up to smash B-Rabbit's girl. Gary tells us that his name is Weeds, and he's getting ready for April Fool's Day. He's also inside a voodoo shop, chanting spells and trying to find gadgets in order to play pranks on his classmates. He has a girlfriend named MARYBETH, who's on the verge of breaking up with him because he acts too much like a goofball. When she reminds him that they're supposed to be going to the movies, he denies her request as he'd rather play with monkey dust.
Here it is. It's the spell of the second sight. Umbu, Tubu, Sunra Day. Insu, Guru, Bambane.
When he gets finished chanting the spell, some of the monkey dust lands on the specs. Not knowing to him, he's just opened a black hole to the dark side. MARYBETH then informs him that his lane meter is at an all-time high, and if he doesn't do anything about it, she's not gonna stick around.
Weeds, we've been seeing each other for what? Like a long time now, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
I'm beginning to think that you're not very mature.
What makes you say that? Oh, this is good.
We're so gross. Can we go now?
Damn, how was that not the final straw? My man's just put it all up in her grill, got the room smelling like Barfola, and she's just over here like, can we go now? Well, whatever, I guess. The shop owner then comes from the back room and tells them if they ain't buying nothing, get their goofy asses out of his shop. We will later find out that this man is ignorant to spells and dark magic. He basically owns the voodoo shop just to make money. Weeds then picks up the super specs and asks what are they? The voodoo shop owner, whose name is Sardo, responds to him by saying,
Some say they give you X-ray vision. Yowza.
Bro, did this man just say Yowza? This man is the king of slang. First it was Barfola, and now it's Yowza or Wowza? Bro, this man is legendary. Hey y'all, tell me why I just looked up the word Yowza and found out that it's an actual word. It means to express approval, excitement, or enthusiasm. So next time y'all see a baddie walking down the street, make sure you go ahead and give her a Yowza. It's guaranteed to work every time. Like, this show has taught me so many words that I didn't know were actual words. Do y'all remember Phoebe, which is a foolish or stupid person? Like, this is crazy. He then peer pressures his girlfriend into putting them on, and when she does, she sees something scary.
You see anything?
no, it's stupid.
What was that?
Of course, Barfola Boy doesn't believe she saw anything, and we transition to the next day with him trying to spike a girl's yogurt with some Bill Cosby dust. While he's putting the dust in her yogurt, he's also chanting a spell in order to succeed with his first April Fool's joke.
Rama.
Bro, look at this man. That boy Rick Ross will be proud. Put Bill Cosby dust on her yogurt? She ain't even know it. He then watches her eat the yogurt, and she tells him to get his goofy ass away from her. She also calls him stupid as well.
You're a stupid kid.
He then realizes that the dust didn't work and walks away in disappointment. But as soon as he walks away, the magic dust kicks in and turns the girl into one of the chipmunks.
What's with him? Who knows? He's always... My voice. What's wrong with my voice? I sound like a chipmunk.
You look like one too, big head ass little girl. Weeds then proceeds to play a joke on one of his classmates by putting one of those pop-out fists in his locker. And he doesn't fail this time, as his goofy ass friend gets rocked.
April Fool's fools. Oh, man, you should have seen your face.
Great, thanks.
His friend then notices his super specs and asks what are they. Before Weeds answers, MARYBETH walks up and snatches them off of him and says that they're magic sunglasses that hides his ugliness. When she goes to put them on, she sees the mysterious dark figure again.
What's the matter?
I saw somebody. A strange woman.
Yeah, April Fools.
Bro, what if that really was her April Fool's joke? That would have made her a complete feed. She then tries to explain to Weeds that she's serious about seeing a mysterious woman when she puts the shades on. When she puts them on a third time, she still sees her.
She's there. Look by the tree.
And of course, when Weeds puts them on, the figure disappears.
Look, this is getting really old, MB.
You don't see her?
Hey!
We then cut to the next scene with Weeds letting his black brothers down as he's about to lose a game of horse. He tries to cheat by spreading the Bill Cosby dust on the basketball in order for him to make his next shot.
Airball!
Damn boy, how you airball when you that close to the goal? And of course this dude right here didn't make a unique shot, just a simple shot from the free throw. Well, I guess he didn't have to, since Barfola Boy sucks. But what's crazy is that after this, the magic dust kicks in, and when he randomly throws the ball in the air, it's like the magic dust is trolling this man. Every time he isn't paying attention, the spell works. After this, we then transition to the next scene with MARYBETH walking with a friend. She begins to tell her friend about the mysterious woman. She also talks about how lame her boyfriend is, as he got her a book about mummies on their anniversary. When she goes in her bag to show her friend the book, the specs magically appear back inside her bag as she threw them away earlier.
What's the matter? I thought you threw them away.
Did?
She then runs back to the voodoo shop in order to return the specs. When she realizes that the phony salesman isn't there, she decides to slide them in the door. When she goes home and opens her bag, she is greeted with the specs once again. She becomes tempted to put them on again, and when she does, she begins to see more weird things. The first weird thing she sees is a teapot on the stove that isn't really there. She then goes to the fireplace that isn't lit, but with the glasses on, the fireplace is active. She then sees the mysterious woman. The woman then points in another direction, and she sees even more dark figures. This then causes her to lose her marbles, as she now knows what it feels like to be a ghetto boy. This causes her to go see Weeds and warns him about the specs, as he's still getting crossed over and jade on at the park. When she puts on the specs for the umpteenth time, she now sees the dark figures checking up for 21. They then stop hooping and approach her as she interrupted their game. She then loses her marbles once again and runs back to the voodoo store owner to see if he can explain what's going on.
Oh, here it is! Here it is! The spell of second sight.
That's it. That's the spell Weeds did. It's gotta be what's making this happen.
It is? Yes, it is. Of course.
Yeah, this man has no idea what he's talking about.
What you're seeing is, another dimension. That's the second sight.
Another dimension?
Exactly.
Now what's crazy about this right here is that even though he's coming with this explanation on the spot, he's actually telling the truth.
You see, there are beings all around us, all the time, that we can't see because they're in another dimension.
Yep, he's still telling the truth, and this right here would ultimately be his demise. He then tells her that the mysterious dark figures that she's seeing has crossed over to another dimension and could possibly trying to take over their dimension. She then asks him to come over her house in order to close the portal to the other dimension. Although he isn't at all good with spells, he agrees and tells her that it's going to cost.
I have expenses.
What'll it cost?
$50?
What?
All right, 20.
Bro, how you go from 50 to 20? This boy's finesse game is obsolete. He then realizes that he doesn't have any more dust and remembers that he sold the last batch to Weeds. We then transition to Weeds getting ready to flush the dust down the toilet because he thinks that the dust doesn't work, which it actually does. As soon as he's about to flush it down the toilet, MARYBETH comes in right on time.
Stop! You flush this dust and you're going in after it.
I guess we all know who wear the pants in this relationship. She was gonna make that boy dig through Dookie. After this, they then begin to try to close the portal of the other dimension. Weeds then quickly realizes that the voodoo man is full of crap.
Alakazam and a crystal ball? Come on, who does he think he's kidding?
After this, the fake voodoo man continues to show that he doesn't know what he's doing.
The window. The window. Bombane. Bombane. We must close the window.
Send them back. Send them back.
Don't you need the dust?
The what? Oh, right. Yes, the dust. Yes.
When he throws the dust on the crystal ball, weird things start happening in the room. The fake voodoo man then comes clean and tells them that he has no idea what he's doing.
What's going on?
I don't know. I've never done this before.
I thought you were the expert.
Do something.
He then tells him to put the specs on in order to see what's going on. And when MARYBETH puts on the specs, the dark figures are now 40 deep.
MARYBETH!
They're here, I can see them.
Take off the specs.
But I can see them with the specs.
You don't need them. I see them too.
This stuff is really real.
Damn, that's crazy. This man didn't even know that the spells were real. If they get out of this somehow, he need to lose his job ASAP. He then finds a seal spell that might close the portal to the other dimension.
Nimbo. Rhombus. Rondo K. Fable. Dinkum. Flux. Boy, go away!
What happened?
I think we did it.
Their celebration doesn't last long, as a light from up above pours down on them. Gigantic eyes then appear, and basically tells them that they're screwed.
You have tampered with the cosmic seal. Two universes cannot exist on the same plane. Balance must be restored.
You did it. You closed the window.
Does that mean the ghosts are gone?
Bro, I like how that boy Weeds is now a dark-skinned brother in this universe.
You opened a window into a parallel universe.
There was a parallel universe in my house?
Yes, but I closed the window. Funny thing is, they were trying to get rid of you too.
Are they gone for good?
I don't think they'll be bothering you anymore.
Bro, such a dark ending. Like, what did they do to deserve to be trapped inside a crystal ball? And they're gonna be inside this crystal ball forever. Are they at least going to feed them? Cause they gonna get hungry. I guess that's why you shouldn't mess with dark magic. You gonna end up like these goofies. We then cut back to the Midnight Society, which everyone is now on Gary's jock because his story was so lit. He then tells them that the two universes were fighting against each other, as two universes can't coexist. The reason the second universe won was because the voodoo woman was more powerful and more knowledgeable of spells. The fake voodoo man had no idea what he was doing, which ultimately led to their demise. Gary then pulls out super specs for everyone, and of course they all act like marks once he tells them to put them on. When they put them on, their goofy asses are then greeted with a surprise.
Well, guess your story was scary enough tonight.
Guess so.
April Fools.
April Fools.
Damn, he got they stupid ass. And to be real, that boy's story was off the charts. Like, this episode in general was a top tier episode. It had it all. It was funny, scary, and it also had a very dark ending. But I want to hear what you guys thought about this episode. Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. GB signing out.